I just got a couple things I want to read to everybody. If you're a white person in friendship with a black person and they've never shared with you something racist that you've done to them, this is likely not a good sign. A red flag indeed. It's most likely because they don't feel safe enough with you to share it. It's not because you haven't done something racist. There are no exceptional white people. If you're a white person in friendship with a black person, then do not use this as an excuse to avoid doing the work. There are no exceptional white people. Now, we all know my thoughts on generalizing people. It's never going to lead to everyone coming to this understanding that we need to be unified. It's going to create more divide because this person said all blacks are nothing but criminals. This person said white people are nothing but incest babies. This person said everyone hates transgenders. This person said fat people, all they want to do is eat skinny people. This person said everybody hates gays. And we have all these different back and forths that don't lead to anyone understanding and all of us coming together and saying, yeah, we all got different flaws. We're all human. We all come from different backgrounds, but we can coexist together. It's going to lead to a bunch of people pointing the finger as to why the world sucks right now when we are all the reason the world sucks right now. But saying that makes that a conservative talking point. Trying to have conversation with some people who think differently. Oh, you can't do that. Everyone lives in an echo chamber. You must agree. Therefore, you're part of this tribe. And if you don't agree, you're ostracized. You're bad. You're nothing but a bad old putty cat, and you don't know nothing about what it means to be this group, and that group, because we're all marginalized and you have some form of supremacy because you live a better life than us. But for some reason, there are people in-house who like to do this generalizing game and like to stand as if they're holier than thou, which leads to this next thing I'm going to read. Black pain is not for consumption. And all of these things are from a woman named Monique Melton. And based on what I've seen from her, beautiful woman, she stands to help black people. But the way she's going about it using these three pictures is interesting, because why would you generalize white people and say that none of them, not one white person, has any good in them? Why would you say that there's no white person that's exceptional and think that that's a good way to get white people to see you and understand what you go through? I'm not denying you haven't suffered. I'm not denying that you haven't faced any form of adversity. But why are you going to sit there and say there are no white people who are exceptional? Why would you think that that would be a good way to get anyone who is white to see you and want to work with you, to help you so that you can help them? Why would you think that that's a way to get people to care enough about you? Because while you'll get some, you'll also get people who will be like, I hate this woman. How dare she sit there and say I'm not exceptional because I don't even know her. So how could she sit there and say these things about me? I don't know her. And then you'll get a bunch of insults thrown at you. Then you'll have a bunch of people claiming that they hate you. You'll get a bunch of, bad threats happening, and we don't want that. That's not good. But that's because you're not taking the time to really admit that not everybody's a bad person. Not everybody's hoping for your demise. Not everyone wants to see you fail. There are people who exist that want to help you even if they think differently from you. But the reason why they feel like they can't and they got to sit in this bubble where they hate you is because you've already laid the groundwork to create more divide. But I also want to go back and talk about the black pain is not for consumption thing, because you're right. It's not. And it shouldn't be. You shouldn't be actively consuming pain of others 24/7 unless you're some weirdo who likes the pain Olympics. But also in that same vein, if it's not consumable and not something worthy of consumption, neither should it be marketable, right? You shouldn't be looking at black people and seeing their pain and wanting to make money off of it. You shouldn't look at any group of people and seeing their pain and seeing how much they suffer and wanting to make money off it, right? Shouldn't that be some reasonable thing people agree on, right? If I see someone who gets a bullet in their ear, I shouldn't be walking up to them with a camera saying, ooh, let me get that, like, share, and subscribe to my TikTok, right? If everyone agrees on that, then why are you, person who is saying no white people are exceptional and that black pain is not worthy of consumption, charging individuals for anti-racism courses on your website? Anti-racism 102 crash course, $40 for 5 lessons. Anti-racism self-learner starter bundle, which is $380. Teaching anti-racism to kids, 6 lessons for $97. Shine class, confidence is a practice, 7 lessons for $97. Unity over comfort, round 8, 5 courses for $3,497. For what reason are you charging all of this to teach anti-racism? You don't want to be the person doing the work. You don't want to be the individual talking about this 24/7, but you're only going to do it if you charge people. You're going to capitalize off of black pain to make a quick buck. It's not consumable, but it is marketable. We can make a profit off of it just as long as we get the right amount of people who we divide ourselves from and make them feel guilty enough to sit there and say all these weird things on TikTok, but to also give us their money so that we could teach them all these things just so that they can feel like they've done something and that they can create more of a unity while also creating more divide with other people. I don't really see how you're worthy of any form of praise for doing this. You could just be someone who's out there educating people. What's your reasoning for sitting there and gaslighting and generalizing and then expecting people to pay for your classes and acting as if those are the ways to achieve anti-racism? You could just be a decent human being. History has taught us that there are a lot of dicks out there, and those people, you don't really want to carry their lessons to the present day. You can just change the ways. You could just be nicer to individuals. You could respect other people's opinions and how they think differently from you. But we have to play the game of, yes, let's say all black people are this bad. Let's say white people are this bad. Let's say Asians are this bad. Let's say fat people are that bad. Let's say transgenders are this bad. Let's say everyone in the LGBT is this bad. Women bad. Kids bad. Rats bad. McDonald's bad. Chick-fil-A church. And we all would just continuously be divided by all of these people who want it to happen, to say all these grandstanding things and then make a quick buck off it, because that's how the world works. That's how people like to operate. They want to create the divide just so that they can make a quick profit. And for anyone who's mad at me that I'm not saying ooh woo yes queen, I got a question for you, and we're gonna end the video on this. If a black woman can sit there and use her own experiences to say all white people or there's no exceptional white people and get praised for that, are you going to praise a white person who's going to say there are no good black people, there are no good black citizens just on their own one experience? And if the answer is yes, congratulations, you are weird. The answer is no, I'm going to need you to carry that same weight to anyone who does things like Monique. Subscribe to the channel. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.